Hello there!
And welcome back to another video! Right now we're on episode 5 of my 7 Days of Huevember Bleach Edition series, and we are working on the color yellow. And I knew, actually I didn't know, yellow was actually the color that I had the most trouble picking who I wanted to draw. Initially I was thinking about Shinji, but if I drew Shinji then I wanted to draw Hiyori, but then I was like, it was kind of weird that for yellow I would have 2 characters instead of having just the one. But then, initially I had Kisuke in green because of the green hat, of course, but then my friend Leah said, oh, well, what about Kisuke for yellow? And I was like, oh gosh, oh no, I mean, I have to now. So here we are, and we ended up with winner chicken dinner, Kisuke Urahara for yellow. And honestly, I'm surprised that I've never drawn him before. And honestly, especially like, I don't know if you caught like when I flip pages or whatever, but like just before doing Huevember, I did a 3-part series of drawing Ace, Sabo, and Luffy from One Piece, and so they're all wearing their like obviously signature hats. You don't have as many series that are as known for the hats as you have in One Piece, but another character that's very much known for his hat is Getaboshi himself, Mr. Hat and Clogs Urahara. So I felt very comfortable drawing Kisuke with his hat because, of course, I've been in this huge One Piece kick for ages now, and drawing hats has become very familiar. And honestly, I love Urahara so much. It's very much like, he's very problematic, and especially with like how much he tells Ichigo and what he doesn't, and how like he balances that sort of stuff and whatnot. But I just really love his whole like way of being, and especially with, like I mentioned last episode that my brother and I were watching Bleach from episode 1 while we were playing Pokemon, just the dub, and honestly his just like, he can be so crass, he can be so like giggly, and especially like in the dub, I don't remember if it's like this way in the Japanese because I was mainly a manga reader, but the dub, Kisuke's voice actor feels so much younger. I feel like when I first watched Bleach and I first watched the dub, of course, it was like, oh yeah, mid-30s old man now, and of course I'm a lot older myself right now, so mid-30s doesn't even seem that old anymore, but the voice actor for Kisuke feels so much younger. I'll have to like find some clips of the Japanese just to see if it's consistent. Obviously we know he's like a couple centuries old because Soul Society nonsense, but I don't know, it was just really interesting to me hearing him in the dub and in the earlier parts of the anime, just how young he sounded, because I don't know, I always figured he was just at least, you know, quite a bit older, but no, I guess it's just like that's what they chose for his personality, and it kind of fits. He's very like, I guess he tries to show himself as very like nonsensical. And then also with Bleach coming back, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks that are comparing not just Kakashi and Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, but they're including Kisuke in the mix in terms of the like very I don't know, chill, nothing phases me kind of mentor figure. And instead of, you know, having a face mask covering either his eyes or his like nose and mouth like Gojo and Kakashi, he's got the hat that usually obscures his eyes. And because of the scale that I was drawing in this page, I chose to have the eyes fully obscured, just, you know, to make my life easier, because I don't have as much kind of pen control with these colored pens. And this is the point where, you know, if you ask my friend Kate, she'll tell you it's orange, when I'm going to say, no, it's yellow. And I'm going to stand by, it's yellow. And it honestly, when she saw it next to the orange that I drew on the other page, she was like, okay, yeah, that looks more yellow now. But, you know, I will stand here and claim to the end of the earth that this marker is a very, like, nice, rich golden yellow. And it'll look more yellow because I actually had 3 yellow markers to play with for this one, so it'll end up looking quite yellow, I think. Fight me. But yeah, no, Kisuke, once Leah brought up the opportunity of drawing Kisuke, I'm sorry Shinji, I'm sorry Hiyori, I had to do it. You can't not draw Mr. Hat and Clogs. And also, by the way, the katakana there on the side says Getaboshi, which means hat and clogs in Japanese. And it's just, you know, very iconic for him, and I just felt like, you know, if I wasn't gonna draw like a background like with a setting and whatnot, I could at least do a little like nameplate thing. And I've been very much slacking on my katakana studying. I got to the point where I'm really comfortable with hiragana, so I was trying to get up to katakana, but at this point, yeah, I had to look up the thing to find how to say the characters. But yeah, no, overall I was very happy with this. This was so I drew this after Pokemon came out, so I was more in I just want to make sure that I complete my Huevember challenge that I set for myself, and I very much preferred to not kind of stress too much over trying to find a super dynamic pose and challenging myself for a super elaborate background, because that's kind of what I wanted to do initially, but then I kind of ran short on time, so overall I kind of prioritized making sure that I got the drawing in that I wanted to do, rather than trying to like stress myself out over making it like the best thing I've ever drawn. Hopefully once my Pokedex is complete, I'll be able to get back to doing some of the drawing and some projects that I really do push myself in terms of like improvement and that sort of thing. But yeah, for at least the tail end of Huevember, it was more of a sense of making sure that I had fun with it and I captured what I wanted to capture instead of actually like necessarily challenging myself. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on Kisuke? If you've seen Bleach, I'm kind of curious because the fan fiction side of things either absolutely adores him, or they like feel like he's completely like treating Ichigo like a child. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of feel like the same sort of crowd of that for Harry Potter fanfics or Dumbledore bashing, because he wasn't very forthcoming, but then at the same time he's dealing with teenagers, but at the same time you're sending them to danger and like whatnot. So it's like, what are your thoughts on Kisuke in terms of a mentor character? Like, how would you rank him compared to maybe the Kakashis and the Gojo Satorus of the world? Yeah, I'm kind of curious there, because I like him overall, and like the quote of I do believe you've killed my hat is just so iconic. But alright, here's episode 5 of Huevember. Let me know what you think. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next episode.